what's the next question?
Here it is.
What is
If
it?
there's a situation where there is tension between a father and the mother of his child or children, can he be an effective father without repairing the relationship with the mother, or is that healing a necessary first step?
You get the heck out the house and you go get some ice cream.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen.
get the heck out the house and you go get some ice cream.
I did.
Okay, I'm going to tell this story.
Welcome to today's episode of Relationship Talk with the Gifts. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button so you won't miss the new content. I am beaming with so much pride and joy right now. I have the most influential man in my life and my ride or die with me today, and I am super excited to introduce them to you. This is my dad, my pop, the greatest man I've ever known, Leon Edward Gift Jr., and my brother, my A1 since day one, and my truth teller, my best friend, Emmanuel Gift. Thank you guys so much for coming in to chop it up with me. Today, Pop, the spotlight is on you. We want to give you your flowers and offer you another platform to speak to so many men in the world that can be blessed by you. We've always had to share you with the neighborhood, the team, the church, whoever else, because you always was just a bucket of wisdom. So let's start off with a little intro. So Pop, you were the oldest of 9 kids, right?
Yes.
And there was no father in the home, correct?
Not for the first 6.
Okay. So how early did you feel the need to step in and take on responsibilities of the house? And what was that like for you?
The need, it was more of an order from my mama to do what need to be done for my brothers.
Okay.
She gave my oldest sister to do this for the girls.
Okay.
So she was taught to let the oldest have run of what need to be done in lieu of the father.
Okay.
I didn't have what's the right word? The wherewithal to do nothing but do what my mama told me to do.
Gotcha.
And it always came up. It was better for me to do the right thing than to do what I wanted to do. So I always, whatever was given to her to do for me always worked better. So that's what I did.
Gotcha.
And they said, let him be what he's supposed to be, the leader.
So you developed leadership.
Yes.
From doing that.
The only thing that she did was then inhibit me from beating up on my brothers.
So you couldn't beat them?
No, I couldn't beat them. No, I couldn't beat them.
You could order them.
I could order them, but she did the beating.
Let her do let her do it. What about
I wish that rule was applied to me.
I was about to say that didn't apply to you.
You and Tasha used to.
Yeah. We got you, but you
but it was under the guidance of their mother.
Gotcha. I got you. And, and you say your sister was in charge of the girls.
Yes.
What was the age difference? She was 1 year younger? 2 years younger?
I was born in April the 30th, and she was born April the 8th. She was premature.
Oh, okay.
So my mother had to go through raising a premature daughter before the onset of the things that they have now.
Medicine now.
Those incubators and different things.
Oh, wow.
So she had a challenge with that. And me as a baby.
Wow.
So usually when they say a village raise a kid, that's what they did at the time.
Gotcha.
They had nurses to come in. They had special nurses that wore blue uniforms that took care of all of the children in the neighborhood.
Wow, that's interesting. Y'all weren't at a hospital. Somebody had to come to the house.
No, somebody had to come to the house. Yeah.
I got you.
And then if the baby had to go to the doctor, the nurse would take it and the mother had to stay home.
Really?
Yep. So
wow.
So that
did you know this? I didn't know this.
Did not know that.
Yeah, this is new.
I'm learning too. So
Okay. All right. So this is for kind of both of y'all now. When you all became a father, what kind of father did you want to be? And did you have a vision in your mind from like a TV show, a movie, somebody in the neighborhood? Was there somebody in the community that molded fatherhood for you? What was your image of fatherhood when you became a father?
Ooh, I had to work. I had to work and provide for my wife worked, and I worked, and we had family to take care of the young child.
I mean, the young child is me. I'm
You,
like, right.
you were taken to my wife's aunt.
Right.
It became such an ordeal. We said, well, we let him stay there.
Right, because y'all were both working.
Both of us were working. In fact, I was working 2 jobs.
Yeah, I know.
In between the 2 jobs, I had to take you to the aunt.
Right.
And one time I fell asleep and was on the sidewalk. You were in the side driving the car. So we said, no, we're not going to
keep doing this.
Keep doing this. So we kept you there.
Yes. And I ended up being a little attached.
We're not going to go there.
We ain't going to go there. I officially called my grandmother, but she was really my aunt.
We will have about 3 sessions later about that. Okay, so.
That's the son.
What about you?
To my left. My image is to my left.
Speak up.
My image is to my left. Is that good?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Good.
I'm still trying to figure out who you was talking about in that intro. But yeah, my image is to my left. Best example I could have had.
Yeah.
Like how you say working 2 and 3 jobs. I recall when you were in school and he was trying to provide for your needs. Tasha, she played, sports. I had my, activities.
Right.
Had a paper route.
Yeah.
Then went to EVMS.
Yes.
And then went to the gas station at night.
Yes.
3 jobs. And then my mother working double shifts.
Double shifts
so
as a nurse.
This is the example right here. I didn't need to look outside. Right at home, I was very fortunate for that.
Yeah. I would say the same thing. Like when I became a father, Pop, you were
the epitome.
The epitome. You were a superhero in our eyes. Like the stuff you were, I don't think you realized the way you balanced stuff, how you poured into so many people. It was a standard that like we had to live up to. It was like, how can we not be able to be a father when we've had the best example of being a father, So, I mean, that's again, like you just said, there was no male in the house. You were thrust as a leadership, and we see the statistics. Normally, when there's no father that is there, they tend to be absent as a father later. What was the thing? Do you know what the key was that made you break the cycle when you became a kid, not to do what your father did to you?
That was it. I did not want my children to remember not having one because I didn't have one. Now, I found out that the circumstances for him not being there wasn't what I thought it was.
Right.
But it led me to, okay, I don't care how bad their mama get. I'm going to stay there. And the reason she married me because she wanted somebody to take care of her kids.
Yeah.
So I had that going for me.
Right.
And she did not make it easy. She did not make it easy.
Now, keep in mind, that's somebody he loves.
Yeah,
and he
that's
knows.
my ace. And I mean, as you get older, you realize.
You realize
exactly what this man
God rest her soul.
And if anybody listening to this, I did not know. I was too busy working and doing what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
And my children told me later, Daddy, we knew what Mama was doing. I said, y'all did? Okay. But a lot of things you find out being a man doesn't necessarily make you a father.
Ooh, preach on it.
You have to endure things.
Yes.
My wife would work doubles. That's what she wanted. And we worked to raise the kids. And very seldom I would lash out. But there were 2 incidences that one time she wanted to work a triple.
Shoot, I don't know what that is.
You work a double, you go to sleep and get up and work again. They called, somebody from her job called me. I said, okay. I walked down in there. Remember that program John Wayne was in, and his wife did something, and he was just marching. Everybody just stepped out the way.
Let's see, we don't know these.
These are
Westerns.
Westerns. So everybody stepped out of the way because they knew that Mr. Giff is mad. They stepped out the way because they called me and told me that she was going to work a triple. One of the ladies called me, Mr. Giff, your wife is working a triple. I said, I'll be right there. Click up. I walked in there and grabbed her by the hand and said, come on here. She looked at me, and I think she saw something in my eyes. That's one time. Second time, we were going down to your college, UNC for your visit, your official visit. Everybody came. My wife, him, your aunt, your aunt, sister, and I was in the car, and everybody was saying, "You shouldn't go here. You shouldn't do that." I'm just driving. Then I stopped the car. Everybody, what's the matter? I said, well, I can't tell y'all what I said.
Please don't.
So afterwards, everybody shut up. I said, I'm going in the bathroom. When I come back out here, I want everybody on one accord.
Right.
And we went, and the Lord blessed.
Right.
So I said, I picked the times to exert my authority.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do it much.
You did not.
But most of my reactions to stress was to go to Hyde's Ice Cream and eat a banana spread.
Oh yeah.
And then I come back home. But other than that, the Lord gave me a comfort because I saw what my mama had to go through.
Right.
And I was not going to let my children have to endure a mother that was stressed.
Amen.
And as far as I know, I did.
Okay.
I asked the Lord to pick role models for my children. Mm-hmm. His role model was named Lord Washington.
Yes.
Godfather.
Godfather. Yeah, you did.
And shout out Lord Washington.
Shout out Lord Washington.
That's it. He had some lovely daughters.
He did.
And my son liked lovely young ladies.
See,
I knew what they liked.
Father, he knows his son.
But I knew Lord.
Yes.
So I said, you want me to tell Lord? It means, okay, all right, I'll be fair. Mm-hmm. And you, my firstborn, I let him stay with, I let everybody know I let him stay with Virginia's aunt.
Yeah.
It wasn't her aunt that I let him stay with. It was her husband. Little short.
Uncle Fatty.
Uncle Fatty.
Yeah.
And he was a guy. And my mama did the same thing to her children. My brother Reggie was you would call him an entrepreneur. At the time, they were hustlers. He was groomed by one of the best hustlers in Norfolk, Virginia. He wasn't illegal, but he was a hustler. And Reggie knew how to hustle to help people.
Right.
And that was his life.
Right.
My brother James was an intellectual.
Right.
Sometimes people will take your children away because they don't think you are intelligent enough to raise them.
Right.
They tried to send James, that's his name, to an elite college. But he had enough upbringing to know how to survive.
Right.
So the Lord, I always put things in the Lord's hand. There were things that I did, shouldn't have done.
Right.
But when the Lord forgives you, he forgives you.
Hold up, Pop. Speaking of forgiveness, I got to confess something. Mom did work a couple triples behind your back. I actually went to go pick her up at 11, and she told me to go ahead home. And I said, "Well, nah, Pop don't want you to be staying this late." And she gave me $20 a couple times. And
$20, you sold.
He just said forgiveness. I didn't know about the story that happened. He just told about. I didn't know when he went up there and got. I didn't know. I wasn't born yet.
No, her job got me this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's next?
Those are a few things. And how much time do you have?
Not much. Let's move on.
Let's go to
the next because
I got a
Pop's
plan.
still old enough to backhand you. You know that, right? He's sitting right close to you.
No, I'm not gonna hit him. Y'all got enough trouble.
Yeah.
I don't have y'all problems. The things that I dealt with lasted for at least 50 years before you find out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got Facebook.
Oh yeah.
You find out tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, moving on.
You're moving on is right.
Pop,
Yes,
Pop,
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
have 2 sons.
Yeah, I do.
We're both now fathers. Mm-hmm. What about our fatherhood journey that makes you most proud? And E, after he answers that, what about being a father makes you proud? I'm gonna let E go first.
We'll let him go.
And then I'll let you
first.
Yeah.
Let him go. Hurt sometime, don't it?
Yeah, it do. But I think.
Tell the Lord thank you. Tell the Lord thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
There you go. Go ahead with it.
And obedience.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Honor my mother and father.
Yeah.
All right.
We got that lesson strong.
So
hallelujah.
One of the things that I'm proud most about being a father is the bond that my children have and the bond that they had with their mother.
Yes.
At one point, their mother and I were not on the best terms. And my son told me that my daughter had made a disparaging remark about me in the car and they were arguing.
Right.
And I told him, that's your sister. You will always need your sister. At some point, your mother and I will not be here. You always need your sister.
He remembered
and
that.
Another thing is my father made sure that we were close. No matter what happened between him and my mother, or they never allowed us to disrespect the other one.
Correct.
And even though that was not upheld by, my co-parent, I've learned that when she passed, they still had that bond with her. And I was so proud of that because had I fell into that, who knows what kind of guilt they would have carried. But it was always important for me. That forgotten element of parenting is the other parent.
Yes.
You have to be cognizant of what you're doing to the other parent. And that's lost a lot of times. And as a father, I've always made sure that my children had a great relationship with their mother.
Yes.
And that's what I'm proud of.
Good. Pop, what about you? What you most proud about us as fathers that you see us?
Y'all was scared of y'all sister.
Absolutely.
Y'all was scared of your sister.
Absolutely. Jesus
Matter of
Christ.
fact, let me just shout out Aunt
Please,
Tasha. Shout out Aunt Tasha because
yes.
she actually is one of the main reasons why my daughter is such an intellectual. She used to work at the bookstore.
Oh, she was big on books. She
MacArthur
still sells
Mall.
books. She sells books to my little girl,
she kept my daughter in books, lead pass, and again, I worked in restaurants, so I was always working. But she definitely filled that. She filled that gap, and I really appreciate her for that. All right.
I am 75, and I was talking with another young man that was 73. We sat down and said, "Why are we living so long?" And we just scratching our head. Somebody need to tell these kids the truth. Even if they don't listen, somebody got, you don't do it that way.
Right.
Sometimes you get hurt, you've been hurt, but you realize that they're going to have to go through the same thing.
Right.
And one day, somebody going to come up to you and say, but Mr. Guess what I do? I said, what you been doing? I said, I ain't been doing nothing, but do something. do what I did, just do something. You find something you like doing.
Right.
And do it, and somebody gonna come to you. Like right now, somebody's wanting some money.
Didn't you say cut the ringers off?
I did say cut the ringers off.
Didn't he cut his off in the car? I'm just. I got it.
Take that. Yeah, that's it. Y'all forgive my Pop.
Oh no! Hold on. That was his wife.
No, she'll call me back.
She'll call back.
I'm gonna tell her that I was talking about her, and then she'll get me when I get home. But I love all of my main thing to do. How much time you got? I am sometimes you want to do something great. Sometimes the great things cost, like the great men that do great things, the family costs.
Right.
They lose their family, they lose close relationships. But mine is Jabez. The Lord just increased my territory and blessed my territory.
Yes.
And in that territory, I asked the Lord to bless all the women. Tell the women that if they go to God and get an answer, they don't have to look for another second. I'm it. I will second anything I'll second anything that woman want for you. I'll second him whatever Tasha want for him, so that they know that it's going to be done.
Right.
And then they will realize that they got something to do.
Hold on, Pop. Hold on. So your prouder moment of us being fathers is our sister.
Yeah.
I just want to clear that. I just want to clear that.
Don't ask a question you don't want to answer. I'm gonna tell you the
By the
truth.
way, our sister is his favorite child, so he's gonna always find out.
Obviously,
he loves,
yes.
she's the only girl.
Do y'all want me to get this famous quote? I had to have 2 boys to have a good son. I only needed 1 girl to have a good daughter. Now y'all want any more questions?
No.
You know why?
We're gonna move on to the next.
You know why?
Next question. My feelings is hurt already.
Y'all got me started now.
I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna switch it
Let
up.
me call my therapist after
I
this.
know. After this.
The reason you don't need a therapist is because your girl called me and said something matter with this man. I said, tell him come. I need him. There was a time you were home crying.
Oh my God!
He was. You lost your mama.
It's one vision, not multiple visions.
Y'all brought me here.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
What's the next question?
Here it is.
What is
if
it?
there's a situation where there is tension between a father and the mother of his child or children, can he be an effective father without repairing the relationship with the mother, or is that healing a necessary first step?
You get the heck out the house and you go get some ice cream.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen.
get the heck out the house and you go get some ice cream.
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna tell this story.
Oh boy.
The famous story with what is it? Was it Cooperlo Park?
He warmed up now.
I might as well take all the questions.
The mother said something.
It was like an interrogation at first.
Yes. Okay. Do y'all want to hear this or not?
Of course we do,
Yes,
Pop.
Pop.
I apologize.
I went to the park. It's somewhere in Salisbury, Maryland.
Okay.
We were living in Delaware.
Right.
Your mama said something about my mama, the children, everybody.
Oh, that's mom now.
I said-
Mom can be vicious. She got a wicked. She
I
got a vicious tongue.
I got up, got in the car,
She got a vicious tongue.
and drove about 25 miles to Cooperlo Park. It's a baseball park in Salisbury, Maryland.
Yep.
I was cussing God on the way there.
Ooh.
I mean, I was cussing. I said, I can't say it.
Don't say it,
I can't
please,
say
Bob.
it.
And you was worried about me.
Yeah. Just say it.
And I
Jesus.
said, Lord, why did you give me this woman? And so many unsavory terms.
Yes.
And I walked around. I did it about 3 times. Is it over with?
No,
I'm
he
still
just
high.
walk around. No,
Okay.
you don't address him.
It's just us here.
Yeah, just us.
Oh, it's just what we are.
Yes. Keep it going, Paul. Keep it going. You tell the story. Tell the story.
So I was standing in the middle of the baseball field, cussing God.
Okay.
Why you give me this evil, whatever woman?
Right. We
And
know.
I've said it 3 times. Lord didn't say nothing. When I said it the 3rd time, he said, look here, you the only one I could find that live with the woman.
And you turn around and
I turned around. It only had one 7-Eleven in that city. Your mama liked the sausage from 7-Eleven. Guess what I did?
went and bought a song.
I went and bought her some of the sausages from 7-Eleven. I brought them back to her. She said, thank you. How you know I needed that? I said, Lord,
never happened. Now that's mom.
Yeah, that is definitely.
Then I
queen
went in and laid down. I said, okay, thank you, Lord. Yeah,
Yep.
That was, and then things that come up, and the Lord He would even show me how to buffet it.
Right.
Buffet it without disrespecting or violence or anything. And And the last thing your mother did before she passed, she had a powwow with you and your daughters and children. Then the next time you had between you, for some reason you were in Baltimore with your children, so you came up to see your mom.
I did. I remember.
And she done whatever she did.
Mm-hmm.
It made peace for the whole entire family.
It did.
And you trust God for leadership. Sometimes you go into church and you want to become this and become that. Sometimes that's not even there. It's not your calling. The Lord will give you your calling, and He will make you prosperous in it.
All right. I'm gonna flip it to Maggie.
What was the question again?
No, the question is:
What was the question?
is it important if you and the mother aren't working?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have a
tense relationship. Mm-hmm.
How can a man take steps toward mending a broken relationship with the mother of the child in order for the betterment of the child?
I thought you said it wasn't.
Or should you? Is it important?
Absolutely.
To heal that relationship, and
Absolutely.
if you want to heal it, how do you do it?
Even if you don't heal the relationship, or you have to at least give that. Your children have to see you.
Yes.
Being respectful to their mother, because for one, you're teaching your daughter how she should be treated.
Ooh,
and you showing your son how he should treat a woman. Even, you know what? Forget about that. You're showing them how they should treat people.
Ooh.
Just period. Because in this in this society, a woman may not be with a man. She may be with a woman. A man may be, but again, you are showing them how to treat people. But especially those that are close to you. So you have to.
Yeah.
Being a father, being a man is not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not spoken about enough.
It's not.
This is not saying that being a woman is not easy.
No,
it's not. But I can't speak to that. Right. I don't know that.
On the legacy pieces that I got from you, one of the biggest
go
legacy
ahead.
pieces I got from you outside of in the house,
you got me talking now,
is
go ahead.
mentoring the next generation of young men.
Living.
I watched you do this from Sunday school to the team that I played for. You used to talk to the gangbangers. You used to talk to the kids on the bus. Who else? He talked to. It didn't matter. He just always found found places to mentor young men. I think that was just a calling.
You go to each one's,
and I think we both have kind of picked up on that in what we do.
You go like that young man. Look, son, I know you want to do this and you want to do that, but do it my way. When you told that little number 10 to do it your way.
Oh, you talking about my little player. He talking about
he went and scored, and he was just as happy as he wanted to be.
Yeah, he was.
And he calmed down.
Yes.
But he never had much of that. Either they give him a pill or set him down. Your mama did not like for DJ to have them pills.
Oh, I'm talking about her grandson.
Her grandson, when he would by himself, she'd be in the flow.
He had ADHD's medicine.
And she said she'd be playing with him in the flow to calm him down.
She would.
And that little number 10, when you say calm down, and he went and he shot a shot he ain't never shot before. Mm-hmm. And that was a start. Mm-hmm. He gonna come back and say, I made a shot. Mm-hmm. And he gonna want to come back against it. And what is it? They told me, say he instead of his medicine, he be smoking weed. Mm-hmm. Weed is deadly for ADD. It don't calm them down. It just push them that much faster. You learn things, and you sit back and you tell them. The Lord will give you to tell them, and they look at you. Okay. Mm-hmm. And you just give them an alternative. That's all you can do. Mm-hmm. Just like I go home tonight, I pray for the both of y'all. Mm-hmm. Because you got a son that's sitting down and said, yep, Uncle Papa. I said, you 18 years old? He said, yeah. I said, you done lived a lot at 18. He said, I don't know.
But why is that important to you, Pop? Like you said, you always displaying these nuggets of wisdom.
Because I see things. Mm-hmm. And somebody needs to tell them. If don't nobody tell them, they don't have nothing to feed off.
I got you.
People want to feed off something that'll happen.
Right.
They go through life mad at everything, everybody. He has a sister and a father that don't talk. I said, how you doing? He said, I talked to both of them. Mm-hmm. He said, "I thought." She said, "Kiara will speak to him, but now he's gonna break her down.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do that with his dad."
What about you, E? What has been real important? Like, you picked up the mentoring part from Dad too. Like, I noticed in your field of work, you love to take young men aside. I remember, for instance, when I sent DJ with you, and you were going to take them to King's Dominion, and I thought just would be DJ. Next thing I know, you sent me a picture. It's like 6, 7 boys. Like, like, where do you guys come from? Like,
they were just add-ons. They
and you felt they needed that.
Somebody's cousin was in town. One of them was my barber's son.
Mm-hmm.
Then Josh, what up? Big up Josh.
JM.
That's our brother by bond. Josh's son was there.
Right.
A lot of times, because these kids now are dealing with so much more than what we dealt with.
Yes.
With social media being so rampant, they're exposed to so much.
Right.
The peer pressure to do this, to do that, the access to just nefarious things that we never had is like. It's easy for these kids to get pulled astray, and unfortunately, young men they don't receive as much sympathy.
Right.
Young black men especially,
yes,
do not receive as much sympathy as some of these other people. So if there's an opportunity, Mama always told me, if you can't see a blessing, be a blessing. So
come on, that's a word. Say that one more time.
If you can't see a blessing, then you be the blessing.
Amen.
So
Amen.
If I see these kids with no opportunities, then I'll be the opportunity. So that's that.
I give you one. You know your cousin Reggie's boy?
Tut?
Tut.
Mm-hmm.
Tut was a young boy. He was...
That's our cousin, by the way.
He wasn't lost, but he had no direction.
Right.
So Reggie said, "Come on, let's go." He took him to a restaurant there where he was cooked.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Reggie, I want you to meet your cousin." And Reggie went and sat down.
I remember that.
Tut said, "What did he do?" He said, "My Reggie said, he in charge." "He in charge?"
Mm-hmm.
You said, "Black man in charge?"
That was Bennigan's, right?
Bennigan's. He said,
Bennigan's,
"Black."
yeah.
He said, "That's what you can do if you want to."
Yep.
Now he is...
He's actually one of the top auto dealers.
I'm about to say he sells cars.
He sells cars.
Yeah.
But he did achieve a leadership position.
Wow.
So,
off that inspiration.
Yes.
Doing very well.
And because
sometimes
they got...
it's showing them what they can be.
Look, y'all got together one time when Mom...
We got together plenty of times.
It was one time that when
she used to make us... Well, she would ask us to take her to the festival at Waterside.
Right.
When Miss Marjorie asks you to do something, there is no response.
There is right.
It's basically it is a good, hold on, it is a kind command. That's what it is.
you don't know how to say no.
For more information about our coaching services, courses, marriage tools, events, and getaways, go to onevisionerc.com. That website again is onevisionerc.com. If you had a good time hanging out with us and you got something out of it, go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Like it so we'll know you enjoyed it, and share it with somebody so they can be blessed too. We'll see you next time.